Luna. Luna. This is why we can't have anything nice around here. I hope you can see me. It is really sunny out. I don't feel like moving. I am making this orange Christmas craft. I have not been in the Christmas spirit for a long time. I am trying to exercise my creativity right now. I have a goal. And also, no, Luna, move. It's my cat. She's so funny. I made this chessboard as part of, well, what I was just talking about. I'm trying to get back in my creativity back. So I've been trying to do something crafty every day. And I made this chessboard. It was supposed to be something nice, a decoration for the coffee table, and she literally just comes up and looks at me and she's like, and I'm like, really? So I just leave it a mess now because you can't keep it nice. She's been playing with all of these things. I don't know if you can see it. She's been playing with all of these things, and I was like, Luna, this is why we can't have anything nice. There's Luna. This is my house on a normal day. And she is loving this project that I'm doing. She gets to play with all the strings. So I haven't been in the Christmas spirit for a while now. 2 years ago, my daughter passed away by Christmas. And then we had like a cancer battle, and it was just like, yeah, I just haven't been in the mood. So this year I'm trying to do something. So I've been thinking while I've been doing this. I was thinking that I hate having a broken heart. I really don't like it. My heart has been broken ever since she passed, and it just makes it really hard to be in the Christmas spirit, especially when like the anniversaries come around like now. But I'm trying. I am learning that you can't experience love. You can't have love without the pain also. It is a package deal. On the other end of love, there's always loss and heartbreak and pain. And I have shut out love. I have shut out life. I have shut out connection for a while now while I was grieving. And long before that, this was just the straw that broke the camel's back. Because, yeah, I didn't want to experience more of that horrible pain. It was hard enough with my daughter. I know everyone grieves differently, but part of my grief was like shutting down. That was how I grieved. Part of my grief was isolating. It was being angry. It was, well, I'm just not ever going to get close to anyone again. And it was being angry at God and a lot of stuff. Lately, instead of turning to these coping mechanisms to deal with the grief, I have been telling my brain, I'm like, you know what? It's okay. It's okay. I don't need you to protect me. Thank you. I see what you're doing. Thank you for always being there and trying to help me. This is a lot. This is a lot of pain. I want to dissociate. I want to keep isolating, whatever it is, to cope. This has really highlighted, oh, I need more beads. Oh, I messed that one up. Yeah, I think that this whole grief experience has really just highlighted a lot in me that has been there for years that I never felt motivated enough to work on because it was never that bad. And then this just kind of just highlighted everything. And now it's like, okay, you can't run from this anymore. It's right here in your face. Like, you got to deal with it. And so I'm really having to feel a lot of emotions. And I think for a long time I dissociated or distracted or coped, whatever. And lately I've had to be like, okay, thank you, brain, but you know what? Maybe it's okay. Maybe it's okay to feel this. Maybe it's okay to have, for life to be really shitty sometimes. I still want to be here. I still want to feel, I still want to love. I still want to connect. I still want to get my heart broken because it's worth it. Because I get to experience all the love too. As much as I loved my daughter, that's how much it hurt. And it hurt so much because that's how big our love was. It hurt so much. And like, what a gift to be able to love that much in this life. Like, some people have nobody, you know? Some people don't even get that opportunity. And I got that. And it sucks on the other end. And yeah, lately I just like I can see my brain trying to do all these things like, oh, let's distract here, or let's dissociate, or let's isolate, whatever it is. And I'm just like, you know what? No, it's okay. I want to feel this. Like, just let it in. Let it in. I want to feel the feeling. Let's go there. Because I don't want to keep living this way where I have to keep running from the feeling. And I don't get to experience any of the good parts of life because I'm so busy trying to protect myself. Like, let it in, let it hurt. Let's feel it, let's go there. So as I do like the Christmas crafts, it brings back memories. And I have been avoiding doing them because I don't want to remember. Well, there's a part of me that's so awful to say, but it's like, that's gonna unleash a pool of grief. But I'm like, you know what? I want to do a Christmas craft, so it's okay, brain. It's okay. Whatever's there, I don't know why I'm doing that. Whatever's there, let's fill it. While we do the fucking Christmas craft. And I'm just learning to love life and all of its imperfections. And I'm learning to love myself and all my imperfections. And I'm realizing that's true self-confidence. That's true self-worth. That's true self-love. It's not about becoming like this idealized version of myself. It's not about keeping up with the society's Joneses and, you know, fitting in, or it's not walking into a room and I know what I'm worth and I'm confident. And like, I do affirmations every morning, and it's like, sometimes even though those just feel overboard, but it's like this very subtle. I hope my cat doesn't knock over the phone. Hey, you're unthreading my whole roll. Don't scratch me. I need that, and I don't want it unrolled. Can you give me that, please? She's so funny. Oh yeah, confidence. So yeah, it's like, no, don't knock over the phone. I don't know if I'm gonna get through this. She's like, quit. But anyway, yeah, so back to confidence. I think what it comes down to is accepting the whole of who you are. Like, yeah, you can work on yourself and you can try to heal and you can do all this stuff, but it's like, again, I call my podcast on healing because it just keeps coming back to that word for me. It's not about becoming something better or more necessarily. I think that that's born out of loving, truly loving ourselves. I think it's like a natural side effect, and that's when it's real. That's when it actually shifts. That's when things take place. That's when we get changes. I think is, rather than like trying to fix ourselves, we come at it from a place of trying to love, not even trying, just I love you. I guess evolving to a certain place, and it doesn't come by force. It just comes with time and patience and maturity, I guess. And it's like accepting all of these. My cat's being cute. She's being so cute. Yeah, it's loving all of life, finding an appreciation. I think that is really what's really helped to heal the anxiety and the depression that has come from this experience, and just this kind of hopelessness, almost like a victim kind of mentality, has been accepting, learning to not resist the hard parts of life and to try and shut them out and do all these crazy coping mechanisms that I think everybody does. Like, to me, it was just normal. Like, I didn't even think about it until I went through this, and I'm like, oh, like, that's actually not healthy. I think it can be okay until you hit a certain point in your human journey where it's like your soul just literally can't live that way anymore, and then it stops being okay, and then you just have to handle it. Because I feel like back when I didn't know, when I wasn't self-aware, I was happy, right? But it's like ignorance is bliss, and it's like I think you just reach a place where you can't do that anymore. Like, your soul literally won't let you. And then you have to deal with it. But it's like, yeah, loving all the parts of me and of life and all the difficult parts of myself. And I guess I had this idea of, because I had some time to prepare for grief, I guess, like I had considered that could be the outcome of this situation. And I guess I kind of had this idealized version of how I was going to grieve. And I watched other people grieve too while I was going through the grief. And it's like, oh, they do it so well. Like, what's fucking wrong with me? Like, I'm over here angry and bitter and having a freaking midlife crisis over this. And I'm feeling things so deeply that I can't handle it. And so it's coming out my body and making me sick. And it's like, I'm like, why? What the fuck is wrong with me? And it's like I had this idealized version of how I should grieve, right? And there was parts of my grief journey where I did really well, where I was like so proud of how I was grieving. It was like, like I was taking toys and donations and Valentine's cards to the kids at the children's hospital and the cancer unit. But it's like then there was these really ugly parts, like just super ugly and gross, and like they don't fit in, and like they're too much, like, for instance, like something nobody hardly ever talked about that I could find was like I was angry at God. I lost my faith. I gave up on God. I was that person that was like, fuck you, and lost my faith. And was like, I don't want anything to do with you. You're either not there, if you are there, you suck, you're a bad God, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, that's beside the point, but like what about those parts? And it's like, I think for a long time, it's like, I'm going to just have the good stuff, and the bad stuff I'm going to push away, I'm going to resist. I feel like for me, my healing journey hasn't been about healing. It's about not doing that. It's about embracing the shit parts of life and of myself, and saying, it's okay, you can be here, and being soft and vulnerable and letting it happen to me so that it can come in, so that I can experience it, so I can learn from it, and so that it can pass. And it's like, I think for a long time, I was just resisting, and it was getting stuck, and I was like in this cycle, and you can't ever get out of it, because you're always just at war with yourself and with life, and you just keep going around in this circle. So this is a really long-winded way of saying, I think, yeah, it's about becoming whole and integrating the pain and the hard parts, and almost like welcoming it and finding that capacity. And I think that's what the big things in life do to us. They overwhelm us. We're too weak to deal with it, and as we go through it, even if it's like you just open up as much as you can, and then you open up a little more, and then you build your tolerance, and at first it's the grief is, or whatever it is really shocking and overwhelming, but little by little we learn to integrate it, and then we become strong enough to handle that. And even though it's something we probably wouldn't wish on our worst enemy, we can look back and say, I'm glad I went through that. It made me who I am. It made me the strong person that I am. It matured me. It grew me. And now I'm such a deeper, more empathetic, more compassionate, more whatever it is, whatever trait you develop, person. Anyway, I should have made this into a podcast, but I thought I was going to do a short video, and no, this is really long. And I didn't get ready today, so this is me on a not ready day, and yeah. Did my orange things mess up your spot?